Hey friends, Raph here. I decided to finally make a video because, somebody requested one. Yay for requesting. Please leave a request, a comment, subscribe, I guess. If you're gonna leave a request, you'll have something to subscribe to, people. But, yeah, it's Raph. I'm bringing you a tutorial of how to draw Earthbound characters. This topic was not my own. It was requested and dedicated to this man right here. Mr. Morris, 5026. Falcon Punch! Yeah, and anybody that requests a video, if it is your idea, then you will get a special little intro just like that. So, first thing I wanted to, try to go over is, yes, and this is really me. It's not a fake, see? Yep. So, first thing we're going to go over is the basic structure. Okay, this guy right here. There we go. That's Lucas. He's from Mother 3. This guy right here, that's Ness. He's from Mother 2. It's also known as Earthbound, but that's the, American dubbing name, I'm guessing. And, basically what I wanted to cover was the structure of the characters. As you can see, they have gigantic heads. Like, I'm not sure how well child labor works out with one of those guys right there, but, yeah, they have really big heads. And if you look here, you can see that the size of Ness's head is kind of equal to the size of his torso. Freaky. And then he has these little limbs right there. Like, he is a kid. You gotta remember that, so. Okay, everybody, this is my younger brother, Scott. He volunteered to help me out with this video. And, what I want to do, you're gonna laugh. Okay, I'm still gonna keep going. So, what I'm gonna do is, basically take, certain attributes from him and turn him into an Earthbound character. Okay, so here we have the Earthbound Scotty. And we have the actual one. Let's zoom out a little bit. You can see the comparisons. And there I am in all my pixelated glory. So, let's begin this here. First thing you want to do is start out with a circular head. The head should usually be bigger than the torso area. Try to make sure you don't forget that. And you want to make them 2 heads tall. That's usually how all chibi art is worked out. And chibi art is not actually a form of art. The word chibi was derived from the Japanese word chibi, which means a person of small stature. So don't run around saying, hey, you're so cute, you look chibi. It's basically calling somebody a midget, because that's what it means in Japanese. It means midget. So, don't do it. It's not nice. So we're going to start with this Earthbound character. Let's begin. First thing you need to do is bring down this line. I'm just going to call it a meridian because it separates a sphere in half. I figured that's what everybody else would call it. If you know the name, feel free to tell me. You want to add the one that goes through the middle of the face. And some more of those great action poses. Now the arms are very small, so don't use a huge line for this. I'm going to use the same pose that I did for Scott. Then you want to add the legs. Legs usually come out dead center. Okay, then you might want to start with the ear. That's usually what I start with. The ear is simply a C, which has a backward C inside of it. Then you add those beautiful sideburns. It's usually better to start with the eyes. I just start with the ear because it's most comfortable that way to me. Only when I'm doing Earthbound. I usually start with the eyes when I'm doing realistic drawing. Okay, you want to make sure that you color these eyes in, people. Because if you don't, you have this cute little guy staring off into nowhere with these spectral ghostly eyes. Like, see, it's like, oh, that's so cute. But then, you have him looking and he's like
piercing through people's souls with those eyes. You have to color them in. And unlike my brother, I do not wear glasses. So, I'm going to kind of give him one of those, hey baby. There we go, give him a little smirk, you know? And, I guess I could add my visor, but I'm going to start with the hairline. Even with an afro, I have a widow's peak. I was cursed with it. So, I draw that first. Then if you want to add the visor, you can just easily, bam, go right over it. Bring it down a little. I'm going to bring this part down. Then you take out the visor, curve it over, come back up, go around, bring it back in, take to the back of the head. And we're not going to get too detailed here. We're just going to erase what's inside so we don't have this see-through visor. And we're going to throw an M right there. Yay, McDonald's represent. Not really. I hate that job. Okay. Then you want to add his afro. It's going to be taller than his head because I have a big afro. I had to get it cut and leave him for the Air Force soon. This is basically just a guideline for how I draw afros. So I'm going to start with some, little squiggly lines for the hair. My afro is never a perfect circle. Don't believe it. It'd be super awesome if they just put me on Smash Bros. And then added my special move in there. Just rub his hands on his afro really fast, build up some static, and do Afro Thunder. Because PK Thunder's cool, but, doing it with afro just makes it... All guys have big shirts. If you wear a small shirt, I guess you're going to have to work that on your own. Because I don't really draw small shirts. I'm sure you won't have a problem doing it. I'm going to bring his sleeve in because he is turned to the side. It's not a full side profile, and it's not just a face shot. So, have to work out those dimensions. We're going to give him a backpack because I, too, am not yet an adult. So, I'm going to have a backpack. Just like my brother. Okay. I'm going to add my arm. You want to start your arm, if it's bent, with the bottom of the bicep. And then bring in the forearm so it curves over. Come straight up to the wrist. You don't have to emphasize the wrist because, you can kind of tell just by the curvature of the forearm. Then you want to go back to this arm, moving right along. I'm going to put it out as if I was defending something. And you know what? Just for laughs. Just put something right there. Oh, what could he possibly be defending? What could he possibly be defending? Does anybody know yet? Does anybody have a clue? Does anybody have a clue? Yeah. Well, we're at McDonald's. Let's get a clue. A gigantic cheeseburger. Yes. I love cheeseburgers. Okay, so we're going to keep that shirt plain and simple. Don't have any wrinkles. Nothing like that. You don't want to get too detailed. Then you'll have them looking pretty weird. Add his shorts. Basic gigantic cargo shorts. Kind of add the little crotch area. Don't get too freaky on me here. Then you make the shin and the calf, which is basically like the bottom of a finger. If you just look at the bottom of my finger, it's the basic shape, but you point out a little more at the end. To add the sock, just draw a line to the bottom. Do the same thing on this side. And then you add the shoe. The shoe can be curved like Ness's shoes, or you can pull it out a little bit and make it look more like Lucas's shoe. Or you could just make it look like Nike's and add these little stripe guys, like how my Nikes look. Every Nike looks different, so it's totally up to you how you do that. Then you add it again, make it go across, and there you have it. This would be, I love writing like that, Raph. And there they are. Me and my brother. Alright. Voila.